welcome back to Beside the Bookshelf. Today we're going to be doing our July reading wrap up. Oh my gosh, we read a lot of books this month. I would say this is probably one of my best months, considering the fact that I read no graphic novels this month, which is usually what helps me get so high in books. Um, but I read no graphic novels this month. I did read a lot of art. I read a lot of art copies, and I feel like that kind of like pushed me more. But it's not telling me. I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I read 12 books this month. Well, yeah, I'm filming this July 31st. Yeah. But I did read one children's book, but in my defense, I was at the hairdresser and I was up next and I needed something to do. So, yeah. Okay, so right now, I did read, guys, I was so disappointed in Not in Love. I read Not in Love and I was so freaking disappointed. I just thought it would be better. I was just so sad when it wasn't that good. But I feel like we should, So, the first book that we read or finished in the month of July was Close Call, which is the Coastal Rival's second book. I read this. This one is by Keith Stephens. And I said the book overall was pretty good. There were a few cringe moments, but used quotes and phrases, but sometimes adorable. This is like romance. This is like a way for me to escape reality and feel all fluffy and light. Conflicts, happy endings, etc. This is the perfect book for you to read. And I rated this one an overall of a 4-star. The next one that I read this month was Who Moved My Cheese by Kenneth Blanchard and Spencer Johnson. I rated it overall 4 stars. I said, I like the story. It explains how change can be scary but also good. I like the story we had. It was cute and fun and easy to follow. Along with, I had to take off a star because I didn't like the end where the characters explained what they need to change, but I know what the whole point was for them to figure out why and how they could change. So it wasn't anything major or a surprise to me. Overall, I liked the book, but I feel like I didn't change too much. So yeah. Next up is Broken Pieces, which is an ARC copy. Wait a second. Is this? No. Model Behavior. Model Behavior was my first ever art copy. This is my second one that I've read. I gave this one 4 stars. I did enjoy this book. I feel there could have been things that were overused, such as phrases or sayings that got repetitive. Other than that, I actually really did enjoy this book. It was a pretty short review, pretty straightforward, get to the point. So then next up, I read. Dang, I was reading back to back. I just realized that. Like, I was reading back to back, y'all. The next thing I read was Murder Trending, hashtag Murder Trending, by, oh wait, Broken Pieces is by Ian Kuros, by the way. But hashtag Murder Trending is by Gretchen McNeil. I gave this book a 5 stars. 5-star rating. Oh my gosh, wait. Okay, so yeah, this does contain spoilers. 3, 2, 1. So we are going to talk about how sad Ethan's death was. Okay, but just to be clear, he died smiling, right? So it shouldn't be sad, right? Because he was happy. Anyways, time to read hashtag murder funding because who's our new postman? According to the book 2 synopsis, somehow one of our Paniacs is still alive. Anyways, Niles and D/Dolores. It makes more sense if yeah, why I gave her 2 names. Are my new favorite book couple, and they were extremely smart. I thought Grace died, not gonna lie. Amazing plan. I would tell you to read this book, but I'm pretty sure my review full of emotions and passion already explains how amazing this book is. Also, considering my 5-star review, So long story put not short, just go ahead and do us all a favor and read this amazing book. Actually, it's actually so I put understated, I meant underrated. It's actually so underrated to the point where this isn't funny. Tell Freeform, which is who published the book or whatever. I don't know if they published it because it says different publishing. People say it has a different publishing, but the cover and the spine literally show Freeform. So I'm gonna need tell Freeform to go ahead and make the movie or show instead of just publishing the book. Would you? So yeah, I really enjoyed that book. If you guys could not tell, that one was a really good book. I enjoyed it. I feel like you guys should read it. Next up, I read Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by 𝙎𝙤𝙘𝙞𝙀. Hope I'm saying that correctly. This one I gave 4 stars, and oh, this is the review. Dang, who the heck? Okay, I enjoy this book a lot. As someone who makes lists and a lot, and I let them control my day, it makes me think about a lot of the things that I do. We can't plan our futures, we should just live our lives. Joy makes such an amazing statement with this book. Now, as for the romance, it was amazing. Her and Quinn were such a cute couple. I'm glad they became clean to each other in the end and gained trust with each other at the end of the book. They are a non-toxic couple, and it's so cute. I may say that fighting that they had was toxic. No, every relationship is gonna have fights. They're gonna have bickers, but they got through them like in the best way possible. There was no hitting people. There was no saying I hate you. It was just okay. And then they would walk away for the night, and they would talk it out whenever the other was ready. Whenever the other was ready. So no, they were not a toxic couple for anyone that did read it. Where did I leave it off? Love how this book talks about bullying, cyberbullying, blackmailing, parents fighting constantly, feeling pressured by your parents, racism, and pretending like everything is alright. I think for anyone that's looking for a cute young adult romance, this could be the book for you. I'd recommend this book to anyone looking for a cute no smut book. Cause literally, that's exactly what it is. Then we have Read My Lips, which is the third ever arc that I've ever read. I gave this one. Oh, this is by 𝙤𝙤𝙀𝙀. I gave this book 3 stars. I didn't really enjoy it too much. It was just like repetitive, it got boring, um, didn't make sense. There was a lot going on, got cringy, like let's just read it. It was okay. I received an arc for this one and I was enjoying it at first, but then it got repetitive. Since I'm talking really loud. Like OBS right now is telling me that I'm talking extremely loud and they're telling me to quiet down. I'm kidding, but it shows me like the highest I've talked, which is like you guys don't know. -5 is very high. Yeah. Gage ended up getting on my nerves, and Jill seemed a bit full of herself, like really full of herself. Like, listen, I don't. Let me get a sip of water real quick. Wait. I don't mind any person, male, female, whatever you are. I don't mind any I don't what? I don't mind any person being confident in themselves, literally. But like, Jill literally was like, "I'm the best. I'm better. Like, he shouldn't want me because I'm all this and I'm all that." Like, literally, she did things on purpose to annoy him, which annoys me. So she was just really full of herself, in my opinion. Didn't, not the way a grown adult should be acting. Let's just say that. Anyways, um, if you like starter romance with a lot of smut, this is perfect for you. Although the smut scenes are so repetitive and there was nothing going on, um, some things I cringed at, but overall it was an okay book. I wouldn't say don't read it because everyone enjoys something different. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just me who did not enjoy this book. It just said I went to -4. I'm not that loud. I don't talk that loud. I feel like I am like screaming at the mic right now. Okay, next up is The Reality of It All by Alison Specca, and I gave this book a 4 stars. This is my 4th ever art copy that I've read. So now I started putting these disclaimers on my art copy so people can separate my art copies versus just normal reviews. So I put this at the top of my art reviews. Disclaimers. This is an art copy review. There are no biased opinions or statements. This entire review is how I feel about this book. Let's start with the fact that this is the first what? Let's start. I said big. Because I was reading the next line before. I was reading the next line while I was speaking the previous line, and then the first word is I, so I replaced the 2 O's with 2 I's. But we can ignore that. Let's start with the fact that this is the first book I finished by Allison since I began Comfort Zone. But never found the mood to finish it because yes, I am reading Comfort Zone now. I continued it. I've been reading it for a minute now because literally I have not been in the mood to read Comfort Zone. I don't know why, but I've been reading it and I've been enjoying it so far. I'm like on chapter 8, I think. But okay, this book was enjoyable. I wouldn't consider it a slow burn since things started to get fast and the feelings they had for each other got more noticeable the more I read the book. I followed along pretty well and I've been on vacation since I started the book, so I didn't really read this book or any book at my normal pace, which usually is around a day or two. I usually finish books like each day, but I start them before then. But Today I didn't because I was really busy today. Oh yeah, tomato, throw tomatoes at me, y'all. Anyways, but yeah, I was on vacation when I started this book, so I didn't get to read it at my normal pace. I'm gonna say that. So it took me like 5 days to read this. Not because it was boring. I just didn't have enough time. I was on vacation. I was exploring Texas. I was in Texas at the time, which the vlog is already up. If you guys want to see how my Texas, it was a no talking vlog. It's all text. So it's just a nice little relaxing vlog you guys can watch. But if you guys want to see what I did in Texas, we did a lot of shopping. Even though we really didn't buy anything, I was just trying stuff on, trying new bags and everything. We tried a lot of new foods. And we did a lot of things off camera. Like we went to the pool, but obviously who's gonna vlog at the pool? And I did a lot of reading, but mainly was hashtag murder trending because I could not put that book down. Anyways, I wasn't reading my arcs or any books besides hashtag murder trending at my normal pace. Anyways, Cal and Eli were such a cute book couple, and while I still don't believe Eli's alibi, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie when I say he's our ideal protective golden retriever boyfriend. Piper in the story, she's such a sweet and encouraging sister and gives Cal a good advice. Overall, this book is a 4-star book because nothing is sticking with me. Like when I say this, like murder trending, I think about that book all the time. I think about how things could have gone different. Bride, I think about how things could go different. By the way, I'm saying Bride and Murder Trending for reference because those are my two favorite books right now. My top two favorite books right now. So it's like that's what I mean. Like if I'm giving a book 5 stars, I used to just give any book 5 stars if I thoroughly enjoyed it. But like now, I feel like if I'm giving a book 5 stars, I have to think about it for 5 minutes. I always sit there for 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes after I finish a book to see like, oh, is it like giving me an effect? Am I feeling upset? Am I feeling sad? Like Eleanor in Park, literally cried for like an hour to 2 minutes, which is why that one's a 5 star. Because I couldn't get over that, but I never will. Never will. But yeah, just like a book has to linger for a long time. Like 5 to 10 minutes, I have to think about it for that 5 to 10 minutes the entire time. Like how things could have gone differently, why I enjoyed the book so much. Like all those aspects are exactly why I feel like 5 stars. So this one was a 4 star because I think it stuck with me for the five. I kind of forgot a lot that happened, but thinking about it now, I am remembering every little detail of the book. But it's nothing like where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like my favorite book. It's something like this. No, it's just a nice, simple, cute romance. But let's get back to the read because, yeah. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Oh, I already finished it. What? So yeah. Next up we have And Then They Wed by Ria Iyer. I hope I'm saying her name right. Gave this book a 4 stars. Once again, did not stick with me way too much, but here's the review. Um, Disclaimer, this is an art copy review. There are no biased opinions or statements. This entire review is how I feel about this book. Honestly, I enjoyed this book a lot. Addie and Ryan were such a cute couple. If anything, they're a power couple, and I see them still being married in love. And not more in love than the day they first met. They delighted family. I love the banter, too fond of slow burns, but this one I enjoyed. I love the build up between the two characters. This is a mind you guys, I don't usually like third person books. If the book is turned in third person and there's like where it's like, hey, I'm the narrator. I'm gonna be your narrator for this book. No, it was literally like they were like it was third person. What is it called when it's like you can hear all the characters' thoughts at once? What is it like third person omniscient? I know it's not third person, it's third person like that. I forgot what it's called. Tony, I forgot everything I learned. Anyways, ah, but this is what this was. It was third person omniscient book, and I don't really go for too many third person books, but this one was pretty good. Heavy banter, she falls first type story. I adore it. I highly recommend this book. If you need an amazing, heartfelt book, then this is the one. I was screaming, giggling, and kicking my feet with joy from this here very book. A lot of annotating, but to be fair, I don't really do it too much anyway. I did do a lot of annotating to Model Behavior, Check and Mate, and Bride. But then again, I do a lot of annotating to all my Ella Hazelwood books. But Model Behavior was a really good book. Like I'm still thinking about that book. No joke. Oops, sorry, I got a hiccup. Where am I? But for me to be annotating in the first place is how you know the book was good. So go read Mariah Earhart book. Yeah, because I don't annotate a lot of my books. So if I'm annotating and I'm like giggling, kicking my feet, and I'm annotating books, that's how you know the book was good in the first place. So yeah. So this is the children's book. The next one is called The Reflection in Me by Mark Caloga. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna butcher some poor person's name. Why did that sound like I'm calling someone poor? Y'all, I'm not calling anybody poor. I'm just saying I don't want to butcher somebody's name. Don't want to do that. That's really rude of me. But yeah. I read this in one sitting. Like, it took me like 5 minutes. I was sitting in the hair salon. I was bored. Um, so I gave it 4 stars. I liked it. I found this book while sitting at the hairdresser and decided to pick it up because why not? I was bored and wanted to read something, and the cover was cute. Plus, I'm sitting here in the waiting area. My turn is next. I was writing this review while I was in the waiting area, but like I was mid writing and I got called back to get my hair done. I was like, oh crap, I'm not done writing my review. I rushed through this next part, so if it sounds sloppy, that's why. Plus I'm sitting here in the waiting area and my turn is next, so I don't want to read a long story. So I thought a short book would cut it for me, and it did, so that's good. It felt cute and fun. While it's a children's book, I felt it could have had more, but it wasn't bad. Not something I constantly think about. I kind of forgot what it was as soon as I put it down, but overall it was pretty good. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that was. Love Not Qualified. This is my I'm not keeping track of how many arcs I read, guys. I just read a lot of arcs. I rated this one 4 stars. This is by my Evie Hazel. If you guys know, I did read Papers Don't Lie. So for once, I'm actually reading books in order. Wait, I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder in order. So yeah. um, it's really not telling me where my volume is. Oh, never mind. It's a -5 again. I'm being too loud, guys. Okay. Why did it just disclaimers? Disclaimer: this isn't our copy review. There are no biased opinions or statements. This entire review is how I feel about this book. What is this scar? Okay. This is the second book in the Lavish Love series, and I will say this one has been written better. When I say written better, the sentences are structured, by the way, y'all. When I say written better, I mean it's the way the sentences are structured, how like the grammar, the quotation marks, the pauses, the dashes, the commas, all that stuff. It was written better than the first book, obviously, because Maeve Hazel has had time to expand her writing style and like to write. So yeah. But there were parts in the book where I laughed and said I didn't need to know that, specifically the epilogue, not the I was about to say the prologue. The prologue is before, right? Y'all, I'm going crazy. I don't know if you guys can tell. Um, yeah. Overall, I love this book a lot, and I read this one way faster than I did the first book. I love how Helen stood her ground. She didn't let anyone walk all over her. Her friend, though, Marielle got on my last nerve. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. While she was a good friend to Hay, she was an awful partner to David. I was so happy when we got to see Kai and Ray throughout the book. I love how I just switched topics so quickly, give no explanation behind that. But I can't really give too much because it's an arc and the book isn't out yet, so I can't like spoil anything. Anyways, Kai and Ray throughout the book multiple times. So yes, if you guys loved Kai and Ray, you guys do get to see them like really close to the beginning of the book, middle of the book, end of the book. Like you guys get to see them all throughout the book. But they're like not main. Like you see them like 3, 4, 5 times. Anyways, back to what I said. And right throughout the book multiple times, got to see she's still obsessed with her bows, by the way. I love the diversity in the book. While some things were pretty inaccurate, like speaking of like skin color, features, etc. I still enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed this book overall in general. This is a recommended read for me, especially if you're looking for a quick, light, and fluffy romance to get your mind off the real world. Next book I read was a disappointment. A very, very high disappointment. And I wish it could have been better. But this book was Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I don't know if you guys remember when I did my TBR for July, but I was so hyped up for this book. I was so hyped up for this book, and I started it July 19th, and I didn't finish it till July 29th. And if you guys know me, if you guys watch my videos because my reviews often, you guys will know I finish Ali books in like a snap of a finger. But I couldn't get into this one, and this one was so boring, and I was so sad. I was so disappointed. I thought it was gonna be really good, but yeah. I didn't like the writing style. Maybe that was it. It wasn't even the characters themselves, but at the same time, it kind of was. Honestly. As an alley, what did I just say? As an Allie Hazelwood? Like, what did I just say? As an Allie Hazelwood stan, that sounds more correct. I did not like this book as much as I hoped I would. As much as I hoped I would. This is probably her worst book. It was like a lot like Icebreaker. There was an actual plot there because if you guys remember what I put about Icebreaker, I said that I feel like there was no plot. This one felt like there was like a side plot, but the main plot was Icebreaker. It was Icebreaker themed. Hockey romance. Even though they both ice skates. I don't know what's going on here, guys. And if you know me, I disliked Icebreaker a lot. Why did I say like a lot? This book was a 2 star originally, but the ending bumped it up by this book and Tisha. What did I? I lost track of where I was. Tisha could have gotten more screen time, and Florence got on my nerves. Like, she was so self-absorbed. Then she said she was trying to help. Help who? Yourself? Because definitely it was most definitely not Rue who you're trying to help. And I felt that way since the moment Florence was introduced. I already knew something was going to happen with Florence. Help who, Rue? You're not helping Rue. You broke your contract. You should be sued. You should be sued. Anyways. Back to what I was saying. Also, Rude's move, responses, and thoughts got extremely repetitive. She kept saying the latter. Ma'am! Like, Eli would ask her a question, and she'd just be like, the latter. Ma'am! I don't know. Are you trying to tell me yes, no, maybe so? It could have been yes or no questions. He could just be like, the latter. Is your mother dying? The latter. Do you like music? The latter. Do you read books? The latter. Do you like science? The latter. Like, ma'am, pick something else. Choose another word. It's okay. Your vocabulary can expand. That's, you know, your vocabulary can expand. Um, I think Allie was experimenting with another writing style. Not the biggest fan of it, so I hope it's not something she sticks to in Deep End. Um, formerly known as Wet. I think Wet would have been a better title, but Deep End. We'll stick with it. I pre-ordered my Deep End. What? I pre-ordered my Deep End copy with the straight edges on Amazon. I'm gonna get a normal copy when it comes out. I'm gonna get the Barnes& Noble edition because we always know Barnes& Noble got the normal stuff. I don't know where I'm going with this. But okay. I don't know how to describe it, and it's late, and I'm tired. I finished this book at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and my brain was slowly dying because this book took away a lot of my brain cells. I'm just gonna say that right here, right now. I guess if you liked Icebreaker with Ali Hazelwood's writing, I guess this just wasn't for me. I don't know. And the last book that I read in the month of July was a 4-star by Molly Gollins, Despite It All. Disclaimer, this is an art copy review. There are no biased opinions or statements, and this entire review is how I feel about this book. I enjoyed this one a lot, and I will say Wila's family having all the girls' names starting with the letter... I meant to put W, but I finished this one at like 1 a.m. in the morning, so I put S. I'll have to fix that later, but not right now, because I'm not gonna fix that right now. Anyways, W got kind of threw me off because, like, all of her sisters used to come in and to be like, who is who? Who's the one having the baby? Who's the one that's not? Because I'm mad confused right now. Anyways, not in a bad way, it just got confusing to keep up with. Jay's one of the best book fathers I've seen. Now, Stevie, she's an adorable little being. I'd babysit her if I could. I'd watch her favorite movie with her all day long, because, in my defense, I did watch the entire Tangled series. I watched the movie, and, was there live action? I don't think there was. If there was, and I didn't watch it, but still, that doesn't matter. Um, Oh, and I used to listen to the bedtime stories of Rapunzel. So yeah, I'm not a Rapunzel stan, but I know a thing or two. I know a little any moment now, Your Highness. Believe me, I know. I sunk pretty low. Okay, why am I doing this? Why am I embarrassing myself online? That I'm disappointed in myself. I'm just gonna say that right here, right now. I'm just like waiting for this -5 to go away because it's saying that I'm being extremely loud, but it's like there's a dot at -5 because I keep going up there. It disappeared and then it regained it back again. I'm currently speaking at -15, which is like the normal average speaking level. Why do I keep going back to the speaking level? Y'all don't care how loud I'm speaking. I do care though. It's triggering me. It's triggering me. Matt did get on my nerves. From the second that man was introduced into the book, I knew something was wrong. I've hated him. I loved watching this family grow closer. This is my first time reading one of Molly's books, and let me just say, I love her writing style, the way she describes things and her characters. She's most definitely a talented author. You might just catch me reading another one of her books soon. Despite It All, it's an excellent book with what? 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 Despite It All is an excellent book and would make for the perfect family. I meant to put family book, but okay. Like, where was my brain at? Oh right, 1 in the morning. It was in the my brain was in the pillow that I laid on as soon as I wrote this review and made my blog post. What am I saying? co-parenting single mother romance. It's so fluffy and cute. The ideal way to escape from reality. I would recommend this book to any fluffy romance lover. Definitely a must read. Y'all, we are officially. I also read Sidelined, and the only reason I was checking Fable was because Goodreads likes to mix and mungle all of my books, so it's really hard for me to find all the books that I read in one single month. And Fable does not have Sidelines by Kay Steffens on the app, so it doesn't show up there on Fable, but it shows up here on Goodreads. I've read 70 books. I need to find Sidelined. Okay, here we go, y'all. This is the last review. Okay. This book was a 3 stars. It's Sidelined by Key Steffens. Second book that I read by her. It was nice, pretty enjoyable. They're one of those couples I don't see lasting in the future though. I don't know. The immediate dating, feel like this could have had better potential, but I'm not too sure. I say give this one a try and see what you think. I'm being so serious. This could have had potential to be a full-length book, but instead we got a novelette. And then there was barely progress. They immediately started dating. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Come on now. Okay. That's all for today's video. Be safe, stay safe, because the world is crazy. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. Period. Trying to get back on my upload schedule. New videos every 4 days. Live streams weekly, maybe multiple times a week. We'll never know. And yeah, join the Discord server because we do a lot of interactive stuff there. You guys can photo new videos such as like vlogs and like reading things and like all that good stuff. All the nice and fun stuff. And then join the Fable Book Club so you guys can choose what book we all read together. This month we are reading Love and Olives because we've read the entire Love and Gelato series together. So Love and Olives shall be the final book in the series, and we're reading it this month, y'all. And I forgot to put that in my TBR video that's coming out soon, but y'all will see my TBR soon, y'all. Trust and believe, y'all will see what books I'm reading this month. And I did not stick to my TBR. I don't know if you guys can tell. I read like 2 books from my TBR, right? Yeah, I read 2 books from my TBR. I didn't even read our Fable Book Club book last month. It happened one summer? Yeah. What book is that? Because I've never read that book. I didn't even turn the first page. I didn't even pick it up. I sat and brought it on my shelf after that TBR video, y'all. I'm not joking. So I need to read that this month because summer literally ends this month. I don't go back. Oh, summer literally ends this month. So I need to read it this month along with all the rest of the books on my TBR, which y'all will see soon. I have a lot of books on my TBR. Hint, hint, I got me Powerless, the entire series. So we're gonna see if I can finish it. And yeah, I will be doing a video on controversial reads, which is not on my TBR, y'all. So I'm only gonna do it, y'all are only gonna get it this month if I can get through most of my TBR before, like, by the middle of the month. If I can get through most of my TBR by the middle of the month, then I'll do the reading controversial books that, like, are unpopular, like, they're half and half, like, people are, like, stuck between them. So, like, Colleen Hoover books. I don't read Colleen Hoover books, but it's like everybody's talking about she's a good author, she's a good author, but then people are like, no, don't read her book, she's awful, she romanticizes abuse. So I think I'm gonna read Layla, because Layla's like her thriller book, right? There's no abuse in there, right? So I'm gonna read Layla. Because I don't know what the heck y'all thought this was. Um, yeah. Anyways, it might be Layla. I did buy me Light Lark, because people are saying that book is boring, but then some people are saying the book was interesting. And it's getting turned into a movie, so I want to make sure. Am I going to be watching this movie? Or am I going to be wishing this movie burnt down to the ground? What else? I think that's about it. I don't got anything else to tell y'all. Be safe. I love you guys so much. Happy birthday for your birthday. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and notification bell so you guys never ever miss a video. Because I post a lot of book content, 4 videos. Wait, 1 video every 4 days. Multiple streams a week. Yeah, multiple streams a week, y'all. And daily YouTube shorts. Subscribe. Subscribe. Literally, it's free, and we're all about books here. Books and vlogs and food. We love food. Love. Like when I say love, I mean LOVE in capital letters with dots in between each letter. L period O period V period E period. And that's also how I feel about you guys. I love you guys so much. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye. I want you guys to know this video has still editing because there was finally, for once filming this, there were no mess ups. There was no long pauses, no silent treatments, none of that. Be proud of me, please. I worked very hard. Very hard. Bye.